Bill Money, Dirty Laundry Media. Just dropping this one off. Ran across a video from a sister named Eloho, and she made a video about black women's penchant for having bad attitudes, or certain segment of the population of black women who have bad attitudes. But in the video, she said some interesting comments about her lineage. She's Nigerian American. However, she was born in America. Both her parents are Nigerian, so she said that while she is aware that she is 100% Nigerian blood, 99% of her family is in Nigeria, she still identifies as an African American. So I just wanted to drop this off, let people see, exactly what's going on here. And not hating on the sister, if you want to claim African American, there are loopholes in the system that can be exploited. So, more power to her. But again, this is a reason why we need differentiation, because of the resources and benefits that people are able to use that weren't necessarily set aside for them to use. So put this together, a couple of other pieces to just kind of give us some context. Let me know what you think. Hop down in the comments. Again, Spill Money, Dirty Laundry Media.
I hear this a lot, and you guys know that I'm Nigerian American. Being that I was born and raised in America, I do identify as African American, although I'm fully aware that my blood is 100% Nigerian. I'm 100% Nigerian. 99% of my family is in Nigeria, you understand? But I do identify as African American because I'm Nigerian. Nigeria is in Africa. Born and raised in America. African American. Okay, y'all get what I'm trying to say. Being African American and having like direct connection to Africa, I was privileged to have culture that kind of shaped me differently. And, but with that being said, I also had friends who had no connection to these other countries, and they were brought up and raised the same way that I was, okay? So, to me, I don't think it's...
April, listen, the only black woman in the 2020 campaign is fielding questions about race. And I just want to play for you what Kamala Harris said to the Breakfast Club when she was asked about how people on social media are questioning if she's African American.
Another meme says, Kamala Harris is not African American. Her parents were immigrants from India and Jamaica, and she was raised in Canada, not the United States. And it said, fact. That's what the meme said.
So I was born in Oakland.
Yeah.
and raised in the United States, except for the years that I was in high school in Montreal, Canada. And look, this is the same thing they did to Barack.
Yes.
This is not new to us. And so I think that we know what they're trying to do. They're trying to do what has been happening over the last 2 years, which is powerful voices trying to sow hate and division among us. Mm-hmm. And so we need to recognize when we're being played.
What do you make of her answer, April?
Good for her. There's a lot to unpack here. Number one, what does black enough mean? Can someone give me a definition of what black enough is? I don't want to go down the road of the stereotype when people say we're black. Number one, she is a black woman. She's a mixed race woman. When you see her, you see her blackness, but she is also South Asian. Her mom is South Asian, and her dad is Jamaican.
April, let me listen. Yes. More power to her. And I think it's great. That should be enough. Listen, it is enough that she's a black woman.
We are not a monolith.
No.
But they did the same thing.
No. I think you're not hearing what people are saying. The people who are saying is she black enough, that's bull. That's BS. But to want a distinction to say is she African American or is she black or is she whatever. There is nothing wrong with that. There is a difference between being African American and being black. Latino people are people of color. But they're not black. They're brown people.
She is a woman of color, but she is a black woman.
Okay, that's fine. I agree with that. I agree with that. But is she African American? No. But is she African American? There's a difference. There's nothing wrong with that. No one is trying to take anything away from her.
Let's go down into her lineage.
I think you're falling into the trap of that. All she had to do was say, "I am black, but I'm not African American."
Let me finish. Hold on. I'm not falling into a trap by that. When she goes down her lineage, many Africans landed in Jamaica and all these other Caribbean islands. So she could indeed
Jamaica's
be
not America.
African American mixed with others. But she is
Jamaica's not America.
But she is a black woman. She was
Jamaica
born
did not
here.
come out of Jim Crow.
Let's go into Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz was
I'm not
born in
talking about
Canada.
Ted Cruz.
His father
This
was
is not
Cuban.
about Ted Cruz. You're
I
changing
know,
the subject.
but you know what? We can.
So yeah, as we see, the sister and how she explained herself, her explanation, while on the surface it sounds good and it may sound acceptable, but if you think about it in the grand scheme, numbers wise, if this was something that happened every now and then, or a couple slip through the cracks here and there, might not be such a cause for alarm. But if you multiply how many years, again, this has been going on, by the amount of people who have also adopted this same attitude. So if you crunch those numbers, then it's exponential. So I have no idea right off the top of my head how large that number would be, but I can imagine that it's massive. The amount of immigrant children, black immigrant children from the Caribbean, Africa, all points in between, who move here and whose children claim benefits of African Americans. I love the way Don Lemon tried to explain to April Ryan. She seemed to be of the mindset that we should all be lumped in together, and I disagree with that politically, and it's just not something that happens culturally. Most immigrants, when they move here, although while their kids may end up assimilating somewhat, they still are able to impart a culture that's intact. And you'll see, because many black immigrants, when they come here, they continue to celebrate their heritage and their culture. They have flag days, they have carnivals and festivals, and they have organizations, and they have their own churches and things of that nature. So, culturally, when they come here, they're pretty much able to remain intact. They group among themselves. They already have communities established in many cities and states, and as they should, they band together. But again, politically speaking, culturally speaking, there are striations, there's differentiations, and there needs to be a cutoff. There needs to be a way that these abuses can be curtailed. So again, not hate, just pointing this out. This is something that goes on, something that's been going on, something that ADOS need to be aware of, and something that we need to talk about, strategize about, as far as putting together our agenda. These are some of the things that we need to address. So thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like. If you haven't already, subscribe, share the video. Get down in the comment section, let me know what you think. And that's about it for right now. Spill Money, Dirty Laundry Media.